The footage shows the work of the communications team of the airborne troops of the Russian Federation on the deployment of the R-448 satellite communication station being transported in the zone of a special military operation in UK RUIDE.MILITRY. Personnel provide round-the-clock information exchange between control points and units. Satellite communications was created by a Russian developer and manufacturer of telecommunications equipment and satellite communication systems. The satellite communication station is designed to organize high-speed communication channels through the communication spacecraft of the domestic orbital grouping.
Дальность топографическая 2995. Да. Готов.
Миномер 2645, одну мину приготовить.
The work of the mortar crew of the airborne troops of the Russian Federation in the Kiev region.
2645.
Наша минометная батарея в составе тактического воздушного десанта 24
On
февраля
February
2022 года
2022, our mortar battery, as part of the tactical airborne assault, made a landing and captured the airfield in the village of Gastamol, where we held the airfield, fighting with superior enemy forces for 2 days before the arrival of the armored group of the compound. Thanks to the courage, dedication, and skillful actions of the personnel of my team, more than 20 enemy mortar crews and 10 firing points, including 2 machine gun crews, were destroyed. We carry out fire missions to destroy enemy artillery and mortar units, manpower, and firepower that have gained a foothold in the settlement. We deeply respect the people of Ukraine, but the enemy who is fighting with us has nothing to do with this people. These are mercenaries and Nazis. Like our great-grandfathers, we will definitely bring this special task to victory in the name of Russia and the Ukrainian people. The buried command post of the armed forces of Ukraine near Kiev came under the control of the Russian military. We got one of the enemy's key military facilities, the loss of which can have the most severe consequences for the armed forces of Ukraine. The captured buried command post is one of the largest command centers of the Ukrainian army. It was created for the backup control of all the country's troops when the main command post was destroyed. Very valuable documents and, more importantly, valuable equipment were seized at the facility. The loss of a buried command post is a clear sign that the Supreme Command of the Armed Forces of Ukraine is in a panic. The generals ran away to save their own skin. We got secret encryption equipment, cipherblocks, as well as cryptographers for transmitting encrypted messages. It will be difficult for the command of the Ukrainian army to manage its troops, give orders, and receive information about the situation on the fronts. The columns were destroyed, respectively. They themselves moved from a firing position to a firing position. They destroyed long-term firing points, wood-earth firing points. Shooting was achieved at a maximum range of up to 15 kilometers. The published systems of our weapons worked with high-explosive fragmentation ammunition. There were commands to smoke the enemy, there were commands for lighting, for setting fire to the enemy's firing position. We work with such shells. My battery is armed with a D3 or a howitzer cannon. We worked as part of the Howitzer Division. All movements are carried out as part of the division. We are firing from closed positions at the enemy. They supported the actions of the parachute units. The rear columns were covered. We suppress and destroy enemy columns. The shooting was conducted at different ranges. The weapon is unique. It works at 360 degrees. The range is up to 15 kilometers inclusive. There was data from the senior commander on the defeat of 2 enemy columns. The tank column consisted of 6 units. 1 rear column. Automotive equipment. We work constantly day and night. As soon as the goals appeared from the senior boss, we immediately go to work. Everyone in the firing position is always ready to fire any weapon. The staff is very experienced. Many of them have already participated in special operations. And as for firing guns, work in a firing position. Without question, everything was on time and fast. No one despaired, did not lose heart. They understood that it was necessary to support the units during the offensive. At the moment, we have marched, overcome water barriers, and taken up defense. 2 aircraft were shot down. One is combat, and the other is a scout. The team in the combat vehicle is well coordinated. All experienced guys. They have been serving in the army for several years. Everyone knows their task. They also know the task of each comrade. The company was given a task. An enemy stronghold was discovered in the specified area during reconnaissance. The company's personnel coped with the task. The number was up to 40 people. Armored vehicles were also available. By the bold and confident actions of the personnel, the specified line was taken. The enemy was knocked out of their positions. With the support of fire from combat vehicles, as well as with the support of artillery units, the unit coped and subsequently occupied the specified line. After that, the task was set to make a raid into the deep rear of the enemy for further special tasks. During the destruction, an M67 mortar, about 3 boxes of shells, 2 sets of javelin, as well as various weapons, maps, documents and 2 boxes with stingers were found. My task was basically to cover my unit. Upon seeing the enemy's manpower, immediately destroy it. When we entered the village, a tank has left. Under the cover of the company, they had to get out of the tower and use an anti-tank guided missile on the tank. The tank was destroyed. The first task was to go to direct fire in the first battle. The guns were placed on the bridge. They worked with direct fire. A mortar platoon, a column of tanks, and an ammunition depot were hit. Russian military during a special operation in Ukraine. Engineering units of the armed forces of the Russian Federation are conducting mine clearance of territories. As a result of shelling from the Ukrainian side, many schools, kindergartens, and civilian facilities were damaged. Unexploded ordnance of the armed forces of Ukraine and nationalist battalions is being detonated in a safe place. Deadly and dangerous traps in the way of movement of Russian units. They are neutralized thanks to the clear and professional actions of military engineers. They clear minefields, roads, forests, anti-personnel, and anti-tank mines. Ukrainian militants are trying to mine everything. It's a stressful job. You're coming. First of all, you do it like this. Then you come all tired. Then you get used to it. You're going. Everything is convenient. There are tank shells with TNT. There are nails there to damage the infantry directly. There are big ones. Well, there are different ones. You can talk about it a lot. These are the minefields. Everything is done manually. This is the hardest one. We cleaned it for 3 days.